Okay, here we go with section 7.1. Hopefully we're about midterm time and we can get these classes done, or this class done, and get another credit out of our math stuff. Hopefully, if you're doing it right, you're a little bit ahead of midterms, and that would be awesome. So what we're going to look at today are what are called one variable inequalities. You've probably worked with them in the past, but I just want to give us again some common language that we can use in order to display these answers. So the first symbol, and it's important that we don't just know symbols. Maybe in the past you had classes where you said, well, it's that way, or it's or it's that way, and that gets kind of tough to understand. And so we kind of want to know what the names of these symbols are. This first one here, we always read left to right. So this first one tells us that the left side is less than. So less than. All right. Some words that we may use to say that might be like a less than. That's probably the most common. So less than, maybe smaller than. Maybe under. So like I have under $10 means I have less than $10. And so those are that's probably enough for us to know just those three. An example might be something like, you said x is smaller than 7, okay, or x is less than 7 in this case. All right, and that's very important. So that's the first one. We go down and we switch it, and we have what's called greater than. So for greater than, some words that we may use to display that would just be greater than, maybe more than, maybe over, and those would definitely work for those. Okay, and that just gives us a good basis of a set of words that we can use if we were trying to say this out loud. Okay, if we're trying to say it in math, we just use the symbol, which is kind of nice. But when you're trying to say it, raise your hand and say the answer, you might want to say something, like I have over $15 in my pocket. So, $15, I have more than that. So X is greater than 15. Right? I have more than $15. The next one we have goes back pointing the other way, and it's got the little line under it. If you remember, the little line under it means or equal to, so it can be that number. And then also for this one, so this is less than or equal to. Now that's definitely probably the most common way to say it. I'm not going to write that in the words column. We can just say, that's a great way to say that one, is just saying less than or equal to. Some other words that might mean it might be like at most. So if I have at most $10 in my pocket, that means that I can have $10, but maybe I have less also. All right. And then another way kind of to say that along the same line would be no more than. So no more than. Okay. And that kind of goes off the fact that less than or equal to is the exact opposite of greater than or equal to, where greater than or equal to we had more than. For less than or equal to, we can say no more than. It's kind of cool that those two are opposites. So, let's talk about that one that I had. What did I say? I said I had no more, or at most $10 in my pocket. Okay. That means that the amount of money in my pocket is going to be less than or equal to $10. Okay, it won't be any more than that, but it could be that. The last one, you probably figured it out, greater than or equal to. So, again, I don't want to rewrite it, but that can definitely be, the most common way that you say that is just to say greater than or equal to. And to go along with the other ones, we have at least, and what was it? No less than. Now I bring these other ones up. They're a lot less popular, or you see them a lot less often, but it's important to know them nonetheless. Okay, so maybe this would be something like an example for this would be I am at least $500 in debt. Okay, so being at least means greater than or equal to, and $500 would go there. Okay, so make sure you try to avoid that scenario. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on down here, and let's look at how to display the solution of an inequality. So this is kind of like, I'm going to use this example right here. X is greater than or equal to 500. So the question here is, if we just had an equal sign, we would know that X was 500, but this isn't an equal sign, it's greater than or equal to. So what other numbers could work? Well, 501 could work, 502, 503, and so on. And not only that, but everything in between 500 and 501, everything between 501 and 502. All right, that's a lot. We're not just going to answer all those, in words or in writing. That'd be way too much. So what we're going to use is we're going to use a number line. Okay, when we use a number line, sometimes you'll have a number line there already on your answer. Sometimes you have to make it. Do your best to make it straight. Okay, that's always important for me. Just paying attention to little details. And whenever, if you do have to make it, I do kind of like to know where 0 is. So maybe 0's there. 500's way over here. Okay. The beauty of making your own number line is you can kind of mess with the scale a little bit. Okay, I don't need any other lines in here, but what I do want to know is, where are some other numbers? Let's say we have maybe right here, if I was counting this out, maybe that's 400, and maybe this over here would be 600. Okay, definitely if that's 400, 600's over there. All right, now, like I said, we're going to use a number line to answer these problems. Okay, and that's, we might have to do a little bit of work before we answer the problem, but once we say, here's my answer, the best way to do that is using a number line because it tells everybody what's up. So, like I said, I could have 500. That could be one answer. Okay. Well, 600 could also be an answer because it is bigger than 500. You know what I mentioned? So could even bigger numbers, Okay, they could all be answers. And even anything in between here. All right? So we have a real nifty way to answer these and to display these answers. And it's to shade the number line all the way over here. Notice I'm using vertical shading, just kind of squiggling out over the line. I really would rather you do that way. And I'll show you why in a little bit. It's kind of funny. And then I always make the arrow bigger and fill it in, meaning it can go on forever, because 500 million is still bigger than 500. Okay? And that's a long ways down this number line, but I'm not going to make my number line get there. That'd be ridiculous. Let's look at one more example here. So let's say that we had x was, let's just go less than -6. Okay, I'm going to build a number line here. Pretty simple. -6, let's say that's right there. If I know -6 is there, I know 0 is probably over here somewhere. Yeah, because -6 is smaller than that. And, maybe I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and those are all negatives. I'm going to skip 5. My scale kind of got messed up a little bit, but that's okay. I don't dwell on the little things. So, where are numbers that are smaller than -6? Okay, well, smaller numbers are usually to the left. In fact, they're always to the left. because negative 7 is smaller than negative 6. All right, well, so is negative 6.5. So is negative 6.1. Okay, so is negative 10, wherever that may be. All right, my question to you is negative 6 less than negative 6? So I put a question mark over it because I'm asking, is negative 6 less than negative 6? No, it's not. Okay, now what that means is I can't have negative 6, but I can have everything smaller than it. So I'd shade like this, but what do I do at negative 6, or where do I stop shading? Because I could have negative 6.000001, and that would be smaller. And I don't want to try to guess where that's at. So what we do is we put an open circle right there to mean that it can't be negative 6, but it could be the next, literal next number that you could come up with, and that would be a very, very small decimal. Okay? So if you have this less than or even a greater than symbol, you're going to get an open circle there. If it's greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, we're going to have a closed circle. That's worth writing down. Okay? And I'll just say that we have less than and greater than will be an open circle. And less than or equal to and greater than or equal to will give us a closed circle. Okay, that's usually what I start with when I'm trying to answer or display the answer of an inequality. Okay, what's going to happen at the number in question? Okay, let's look at a couple examples down below. We're going to be translating verbal models today as the main part of what we're doing, and I'm going to try to see how we can make it as easy as possible. So let's go ahead and look here. Says for the first one, Gall has less than $10 in his wallet. I always have less than $10 in my wallet. I never have cash on me. So don't rob me. It's not worth it. But anyways, let's say we have the wallet. And how much money's in there? Well, it's less than 10. So less than 10. Okay. Now we want to display that answer. So we're going to build ourselves a number line. Okay. A lot of times I really just go with where's 0 and where is the number that I'm worried about. Okay. 0's there, 10's there. Do I have 10? I don't have 10, so that's going to be my open circle. And where are numbers that are smaller? Well, they're to the left, because I could have $9. Okay. I probably, you can kind of get into the situation of, will I have negative dollars in my wallet? We're going to just assume that I can. Okay, to end that debate. That's called debt, ladies and gentlemen. Once you guys go to college, you might learn a little bit about that. All right, loans are never fun. Buying a house does it too. Okay, that's how you have negative money. All right, but less than $10 in my wallet. Smaller numbers live to the left. Open circle at 10 and shade to the left. All right, let's look at the next one. The NBHS JV football team will win at least 8 games next year or this year. Okay. Me being the head coach, I can, put a pretty solid judgment on that. I think we will. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Who really cares? So I'm going to say that the football team, okay, will have at least. Well, where's at least? At least is right here. Okay, I put these words in this table up here for a reason, because you will run into them, even if they're not as common. So that means greater than or equal to. And it kind of makes sense, right? If I say I'll have at least 8 wins, or the team will have at least 8 wins, I don't win anything. If the team has at least 8 wins, that means they have 8 or they have more. So number line, bam, here we go. 0's there, 8's over here somewhere. I'm saying right now that at least 8 means they can have 8, and they can also have more. Okay? And again, anytime you run into, these real world problems, you kind of have to suspend your disbelief a little bit. We're probably not going to win an infinite amount of games, but for the sake of this problem, just draw the arrow that way. Okay, you'd run out of time. You wouldn't have enough time to play all those games. What I want you to do right now is go ahead and pause the video and try the last two. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you had a chance to get those done. This next one here says that Peak will have no less than 35 students. So I'm saying that Peak will have no less than. No less than is another greater than or equal to phrase. So greater than or equal to 35. Okay, meaning the same thing as they'll have at least 35. So maybe 0 is there, 35 is positive, so it's over there. 35 students, we're going to have that many. We can have that many, so that's an open circle or a closed circle, and probably more, so shade to the right. Bigger numbers live to the right, smaller numbers live left. Okay. Last one here, NBHS will have no more than 40 teachers, and so I'm going to say that the number of teachers is going to be less than or equal to 40. Okay. No more than, if you look up on your table, it's right there. No more than is less than or equal to. Got music going on outside. It's pretty cool. All right. So to graph this inequality, we have 0 there, maybe 40's there. And no less than means that we can have 40. And we can also have smaller numbers. Okay. Again, like I said, you kind of have to suspend that disbelief. They're never going to have 0 teachers or negative teachers. I guess they could have 0 if school just shuts down, but that ain't happening no time soon. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit about inequalities today. Go ahead and get those practice problems, application problems done, and get all that stuff checked. Good luck on the Mastery Challenge. We'll see you out there. Hello, and welcome to Unit 7 after video entertainment. For this section, for this unit, we're going to be looking at bad lip reading clips. It's actually a channel on YouTube. I suggest looking up some other ones just to, get a few laughs every now and then. But I've picked what I think are the top 4. And so let's go ahead and get started. Number 4, NFL. So National Football League. You'll see where players are talking on the field and see some interesting lip readings of that. All right, enjoy.
I saw your mole.
You give me a complex, man.
You gotta eat the breakfast. We eat breakfast, then lunch.
I have flaps.
I just forgot to breathe.
Holla, we gon' ball.
Why are you, always angry?
Once there was this prince, he came from Syria, okay? And he lived with some peaceful monkeys outside his aunt's boyfriend's cabin and had an old sheepdog named Paco Sinbad.
I could just throw a rock and then aim it at your neck so you'd get 2 stitches.
Better get down, gonna dance, good friend. Chicka chick, jabba jabba.
All I know is I know this is the bad guy and I know this is a good one.
Ducky, ducky, turkey, turkey, duck, duck, duck. Move.
That guy bumped me.
So wait, you're saying if you don't like her, then you buy a girl a second-hand handbag?
I think my face is happier, Fuzzy.
I wonder, how much do I offend you?
Well, friends of mine know that I don't like you.
Oh, that's nice.
Dude, pick up that penny.
I wasn't loved as a baby.
I like Horace, the little mystery pig. He's got round poops.
Funtown!
Come on, hug Daddy. I love my gopher.
Hey, simmer down, y'all. Yeah.
I thought about what you said, man. I got my Legos and I'll bring them.
Oh, okay.
And then we can play all day.
Man, who took my skin cologne?
I like strong pickles, but not the funk house kind, all right? I'll toss them out.
That girl! She's so pretty! You guys don't have a problem with this?
I like this hat.
Yeah, I once got a rake, and I killed a snowman.
Villain.
You made a recipe and then you invented dirt lumps. Where's my furry friend? Oh, hey. I'm the best driver. I back up all the time, and it takes great effort to not swerve and oh no!
Hey, spirits. Y'all look creepy.
You know that man that had the cocaine? Turns out he's a coke dealer.
What? 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 Give me a tiny boat and I'll sing all day.
Jellyface.
Hey, wait, not ready. I'm gonna die. What the hell? Brains can get messy. The buffalone. Wait, I need to tell you something. Billy!
Red rum. Red rum.
Hey, look, I'm hot. Oh, there's Fred. Oh, and Phil. What'd I do?
Oh, yeah. Who am I seeing? Who am I seeing? Vivian. Oh, she just saw me. Go, go, go.
Disco, disco. And the beat don't die in Bingo Town. You love Funyuns.
Yeah, dude.
I know you was eating them before every game. Didn't you?
Yeah.
Gross.
Ding dong.
Did I mention that I never planned to serve you rodent meat?
Yeah, well, I really wish you just never did do it.
Ooh. Broken. Lady. Hey, lady.
Hot soup. Where they got it?
I'm not okay. I'm gonna crack. Yeah. There's that guy that has the brown horse head weird mask.
Don't like it?
No, man, it's too much. I can't take it. It's scary.
Meow.
More sticks I will eat.
I'm not a plant.
Oh, you're marvelous. Hot dog, I love you. Man, get my Funyuns ready.
No more Funyuns.
Come on, bring me that treat.
No,
Because they
no.
just make a hum in my tongue.
Can't have any.
And you should see, we cut a mouse, and then we kept it. I could have cooked him, but no, we can't crush it. So we got him a mouse cage.